the Bill and Scott Cubicle Show with Billy the Kid and Scott Pang.
Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show!
It's the Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. Yeah. It's the Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. Yeah.
What up? I'm Scott.
I'm Bill.
And this is
the Bill and Scott Cubicle Show.
Live from the actual cubicle. Can you believe it?
Let me tell you something. I'm so fired up right now. I don't even want to talk about anything that we had planned before. I'm tired of being criticized for my art and for my creativity and for doing the things that I believe that I should be doing with my heart and leading with love. If I had a cigarette lighter, I would take this stuff that I have to talk about. I would just light it on fire right now. And hold it up.
I'm not doing it. All right, so nice knowing Bill.
I did it. I did it. That was... Don't call my bluff, sir. I don't bluff. I play hardball.
Hardball.
We're playing with fire. It smells like somebody lit something on fire in here.
I wonder who did that. All right, so we got things to get to. How the Shiggy challenge with the Drake and my feelings could kill you. All right, Katy Perry. What's her deal?
What is her deal?
What's her deal? The VMAs, the nominees are out. We'll get into that. And we'll talk about the third wheel in relationships. Not like a relationship, but a friendship.
Friendships are relationships, just like my soda bottles and cans are. Oh, you can see them. They're perfectly framed as long as I move my head.
Yeah. Bill thinks it's acceptable to take up 2 desks of his junk and just stack it on top of each other and call it art.
That's what it is. It's an art installation.
Well, I'm not gonna.
It's an expression of self.
I'm not gonna say that it's not art, because if it is your expression of self, that is what it is. But I will say, just keep it to your desk.
I can't. I've already used this canvas.
Well, then it's time to clean up, bro.
Beautiful.
It's time to clean up.
Are you going to say that to Kanye? Are you going to say, Kanye, it's time to clean up, delete some of your albums from Spotify, it's too cluttered? I don't think so.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be like, yo, Bill, you need to clean up because your art may kill me.
Drake, I'm going to come in with a trash bag and I'm going to delete your #1 album.
Listen, I don't want you to kill me with your art because Drake's art may kill people. Like, your art could be killing people.
That's a good
too,
segue.
Bro. Like, seriously.
It's a good segue.
Like, sometimes
I gotta
art
give you
can
that.
kill people. Break it down for
All
the
right,
lads
here's this
and
guy,
lasses.
Shiggy. So he's an Instagram comedian.
guy.
And so he posted this video, if you haven't seen it yet, of himself dancing to Drake's In My Feelings, which, went viral, and so all these people were doing it. They call it the Shiggy Challenge. There's really not much of a challenge involved, although I guess these days the word challenge means you film something and put it up on the internet.
Well, you're challenging people to do it, and then everybody did it, so
yeah,
challenge accepted.
I guess, sort of. I mean, it's not like the ice bucket challenge where it was like, all right, now do something difficult, pour cold water over your head while wearing clothes.
Difficult.
It wasn't difficult, but it's like, it's uncomfortable.
Not sure.
Like, dancing's not uncomfortable. Dancing is art.
Dancing,
and art is life.
Well, pouring water over your head is my expression of self, so that's art.
That's fine, that's great, but it was an actual challenge for a real reason, not just, like, do this thing because.
This was to help Drake be #1. That's
and
the
it
real
did,
reason.
actually, Drake, and that's why they're together, because Drake was thanking Shiggy for basically making his song go viral and #1.
Did you hear about how he allegedly paid him $250,000 because it helped him go #1?
I didn't, but that would be a classy thing to do. That'd be a God's plan move right there.
Yeah, that would be nice. He's thrown away all this money before, so why not do some more?
Right. I mean, and if maybe it's actually his money this time and not the budget for a music video to make himself look good.
How many #1s is Drake going to buy himself off this album?
I don't know, but he's got, what, 3 already? He's got God's Plan, Nice for What, In My Feelings, that's
3?
it, right? Yeah.
Because I'm upset. Didn't
So
go
anyway,
anywhere.
the Shiggy Challenge is now becoming a real challenge because the people, mostly teenagers and kids, are now filming themselves doing it while jumping out of moving cars.
Yeah, because they're idiots. Because they saw the one, like Odell Beckham Jr. had one, and he jumped out of his car, but it wasn't moving.
It was stationary.
It was stationary, and
How do you
he
feel,
did
John?
the dance.
John, give us a biscotti take. Is that what you're eating? It's like what is that thing?
Some crackers.
Crackers with like
Graham
stuff
crackers.
baked in them.
It's a breakfast bar.
It looks like these things. Hold on, I got some things that it looks like. These little nani things.
God, Bill.
It looks kind of like that, except these are from December of 2012.
Oh my God!
Just
See,
when you-
that's an example. Like Bill
Just
thinks
when you
it's
think like Bill cannot get any worse. I
Oh,
mean, some of the crap
hold
that
on.
he has in his desk. Is
Then if
just
they don't believe
unbelievable.
me, there's the use by
He's
date,
got Starbucks
May of 2013.
double shot espressos. He's
like,
got
why keep them?
Chef Boyardee spaghetti and meatballs.
And
He's got mac and cheese.
Let's not forget. All right.
Always eating healthy, that Bill.
Hey,
These are for in case of emergency. Today I got an egg McMuffin.
You got any lentil soup or anything?
I sure do. Thanks, Sue. This must have come from Jay.
All right, so this kind of water bottle. So what are
You
we
mean
saying about?
like this?
Hey.
Or like this, the original water bottle. Okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
the Shiggy challenge. People are jumping at it. Did John leave? Am I done being
Yeah.
subjected to scrutiny? Yeah, kids are jumping out of cars doing it, and it's stupid. Stop doing that. It's like when people were licking each other's eyeballs over in Japan, or like when people were putting putting condoms over their head and like
Yeah.
suffocating. Stop doing the stupid stuff. And like I was just saying on the air this morning, I get it.
That's their
Like,
art.
I
What's up, Stephanie?
I get it.
Well, when you tune back in, hi, there's your hi. But appreciate it. Hopefully today it works not crappy.
Like over the weekend, we got locked out of my friend's apartment after his bachelor party, and so I was gonna like try and climb in the second story window. We couldn't get it open, but like I would have had to jump like from the balcony to the window, and I was like, well, I hope we can get this window open because now I just want to see if I can do this. So I understand taking a risk like that just to prove it to yourself, but it's still not a good idea.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of glad I didn't have to because we ended up jimmying
you-
the lock open with a credit card.
What's the deal with people wanting to do all these challenges?
I mean, you want to feel like you're a part of something. You're a part of a bigger community. You're not just alone. You're part of a whole.
Then tell me,
A team.
what's the deal with a particular singer by the name of Katy Perry? What's going on in this last's life?
What's interesting is we could have gone two different ways with that segue, but I like where
Yeah.
you're going. Here we are, Katy Perry. Remember her? She really hasn't done a whole lot in like the last year. She put out her album.
She did
like,
the Super Bowl and disappeared.
She put out her album a year ago. It was a year ago, like a week ago, and it didn't do too well. Didn't do horribly. I think it was still #1 the week it came out, but like it didn't do the number she wanted. The radio singles kind of tanked. So she was, as it turns out, this is basically why she's been gone. She's pretty upset. She said she was
I'm upset.
experiencing rounds of bouts of situational depression.
Oh, boo.
And here's the quote. I put so much validity in the reaction of the public, and the public didn't react in the way I had expected to, which broke my heart. So Katy Perry was suffering a
Oh
broken
my
heart
God.
because her album didn't, have 5 #1
Boo.
singles off of it like
Boo.
Teenage Dream did. But she also talked about how she kind of took a step back as a result and decided to stop placing so much value in how people react to her art,
wow.
which I respect as an artist myself, as someone who's creating and is not getting the response that I want. Look, sometimes you just got to internalize it and say, look, do I appreciate what I'm doing as an artist?
People
Yes.
say keep your art in your space. You don't need to be taking up more than one desk of your clutter.
Yeah, well, people also say stay in your lane, but I'm like, you know what? You got to change lanes to go around the people that are moving too slow to understand where you're going. All right?
Just because somebody wants to live in filth, not everybody has
It's
to.
not filth. It's not like I filled them up with slop or left half-drunk bottles and cans. They're all empty. They're all dry.
Build a piglet.
Anyway,
I think you're half drunk.
Because he's Billy the Kid, so he'd be Billy the Piglet. Because he's
Yeah.
not a full-grown
I
pig.
could.
Yeah.
I've always thought of myself as more of an Eeyore. Get it?
Okay.
Big
laugh.
Wait, can we get the? Where
gotta
is
be
it?
Luke
Where's
Bryan.
Luke?
Oh.
Speaking of Katy Perry, he's on American Idol. So she talked about finding her soul foundation,
Right.
SOUL. Like she had this like spiritual retreat where she got back in touch with divinity, and she said that the biggest. She said she found a wholeness that she's never found before. But she went on, and she said that the biggest lie that we've ever been sold is that we as artists have to stay in pain to create. Well, how do you feel about that? What do you think about artists and their pain?
I think that some of the best artists make their best music when they have the pain. I think they can still continue to make good music when they no longer have the pain, but their best music is with the pain.
I agree. I think the best art comes from pain because it's an expression. It's how you channel that. And it also helps other people who are dealing with the same thing because they can take that and go, yes, I experienced this as well. You know, I'm part of a bigger whole. I'm not alone. And who was it? The guy from, I think it was Goo Goo Dolls, who was like, once I got married and had kids and became happy, I haven't written a single hit.
Yeah.
You ever hear about that? Like they had some hits in the 90s and, oh, well, happiness doesn't translate well into art. It just, you know,
No.
it's like
Well-
whenever I'm in a good mood and I feel like life is going well for me, I can't figure out what music to listen to because most of the music I listen to is based on,
Sadness.
yeah, sadness.
I don't like happy music, to be honest with you, for the most
Yeah,
part.
it just doesn't really resonate
Like,
with
who
me all that
wants
much.
that?
Hmm.
Like, if you're not, like, at a party
It's not
atmosphere,
interesting. Yeah, right. If you're not
Like-
trying to get hyped up,
then yeah. Like, when I'm, like, yeah, I don't, even when I go out skating, I just listen to, like, faster sad music.
which exists.
Yeah.
There's some sad songs that like make me feel really good. Not a lot, but that's water bottle talk.
Yeah.
But anyway, speaking of being part of a bigger whole,
What are you talking about? And yes, Genevieve, Bill still does his cancer-causing orange sitting in the corner of his damn desk still.
yeah, so it's it's part of my art exhibit.
And he's got
It's
a line,
practically
too.
a gallery over
And
here.
a
Okay,
line. And
yeah,
a
it's a
line
lemon,
now.
but yeah,
A lemon.
I don't want to touch them.
Yeah.
But they're over there.
But they're okay to sit on his desk, though.
Mm-hmm.
Are we talking about this?
I was gonna talk about the third wheel, but we can talk about the VMAs.
Yeah, let's just get this in and over
All
with.
right,
And then
because
we get
this
out of
is
here.
the stay woke moment of the day. All right, so these were announced 2 days ago. We were going to talk about this yesterday on the Cubicle Show, but we had other things to cover. So we're gonna talk about it now because I got a position on this that I want to share.
Yes, he does.
So the most nominations, Cardi B, naturally, because Cardi B, strange stunting, can't tell me nothing, boss stop, and now I changed the game and all that.
Damn, did you just quote the young Cardi B?
Yeah, from Finesse
Wow.
with Bruno Mars. She's got 10 nominations, including Video and Artist of the Year. In second place are the Carters, Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Oh, that's who the Carters are?
Yeah. Did you ever look? You see that song in the system, be like, the Carters.
Who's the
Who's
Carters?
that? And then you listen and you're like, I can't figure this out.
I was like, dude, this sounds like Beyonce
It's
and Jay-Z,
so-
but they're
sounds
going
so
by
similar.
the Carters.
They're-
Like,
yeah, that's them.
wow.
Now we know.
Damn.
So there's
Wow.
your first day woke moment.
Well, where's my woke part? Okay.
But here's the real wokeness of it all. This is where the conspiracy
Yeah.
theory comes in. So you know who was not nominated
Tell
for
me.
anything other than some technical categories? Do you have any guesses? A controversial artist from VMA's past.
Kanye West.
Close. One half of the debacle.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift was. They're saying she was snubbed because Look What You Made Me Do wasn't nominated for anything. Was nominated for Video of the Year. When it was massively successful when it first came out, and it debuted at last year's VMAs. So the question that I have is, you're familiar with the Taylor Swift thought police. They manage everything we say. If we say anything bad about Taylor, we get clamped down on, right?
Yeah.
So are they not powerful enough to govern the VMAs? Or, here's the real conspiracy theory, is Taylor Swift in on this? Does she know?
Definitely.
Is she okay with this because she knows it'll be a centerpiece of drama for her fans to freak the heck out
Yep.
about, like they're doing?
Yep. She's behind it because just the same way that she don't like to put her music on Spotify and Apple Music when it comes out, this is her way of being like a VMA. Who cares about a VMA? It's not a Grammy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Think I give a damn about a Grammy?
Yeah.
Half you critics can't even stomach me, let alone stand me.
Wow, when Eminem was good. Yeah, so I don't think she cares. I do think you're right. I think she's causing this. It's not God's plan. It's Taylor's plan.
Ooh.
You are right.
And you know what? You know what Taylor Swift identifies with? A
What's
snake. What's a snake? A serpent. What's a serpent? Lucifer. What's Lucifer? The devil.
And that's all a part of God's plan.
I guess, yeah, ultimately.
Yeah.
Weird how that circled back.
Wow. Circle of life. Well, too bad we can't get Taylor Swift on stage going. Haven't used that one in a while.
Yeah, that was a
I
good
didn't
one.
have any reason to use it. I just haven't.
Yeah, we got a lot of them that we just haven't been,
They're just there.
because we haven't been out in the cubicle area. But now, since we got that energy, you
Yeah.
know,
We don't need to rely on sound effects to help create stuff all the time, too, now. But, okay, so we got this last thing. There's this thing going on, third wheel in it. We'll break it down and we'll be out here in a few minutes. So, Bill, tell him. I don't know the story.
Jake called me up this morning.
Is
and
Jake
said,
around?
Is Christy around?
Is Christy around?
Oh, there's
Oh,
Christy. Come on
Christy,
over,
come
Christy.
over.
Talk about the can that you opened up here.
Yeah.
Which is freaking this third. And Meredith, you can come too because we're all part of this music
Yes.
box.
Yes. All right, so this morning on the Fly Morning Rush, they were talking about third wheels, and then it got broke down to, they took it from like relationships to friends. And you said, what'd you say?
I said that Jake is kind of the third wheel of you guys.
Which is ridiculous.
How did that go over?
I refuted that outright. Because Jake called me up while I was on air. I had to stop being on the radio because I was like, I know my good friend Jake, who's definitely not a third wheel, is calling me right now, and I answered the phone.
Oh, there he is.
Here he is.
Hey, there he is.
He's actually like a fifth wheel right now. You're a fifth wheel.
He's like the roof of the house that we're forming right here. Okay, there's
He is
four of
right.
us
He
with
is right.
foundation.
She
He's a
brought up a
chimney.
good point. These guys do the show together, right?
Right, and he
Bill tells me I'm the axle to their wheel.
Yeah.
Which is not a wheel. I'm
That's
like
a-
another thing completely.
What did I
That's the
tell you,
point.
though?
Scott said that we negotiate friendships, and over time you have to leverage who is friends with whom.
That's not what I said. I said any good friendship rotates. Like on a car, you want to rotate
Like a
your
tire
tires.
rotation, correct?
You know, to keep
every
them
5,000
balanced.
miles.
Rotate
Rotation.
friendships.
Yes.
That was
Yes.
this goes
friend
even
rotation,
further
sorry.
because Sean McMaster, who is Meredith's partner on B95,
Uh-huh.
said he thought, hold up, he thought he was the fourth wheel.
He thought he was the fourth
because
wheel.
we said we were the fourth wheels.
But he's a unicycle.
So how does that make you feel?
Right, where are you in this?
Right, I go, does that make me the fifth wheel? Then he said I was the cog that kept everything.
You're the cog.
The cog.
I'm the cog. Thank you so much.
I'd say it's more like Power Rangers because there's
Oh,
6
he's
of us,
spicy?
and that Jay Scott is Zordon.
Oh,
So-
Jay Scott Zordon.
But so you're the
I'm
cog,
hungry.
you're the axle.
You're the wise
Wow,
one.
we're
I'm the
freaking
cog,
good.
you're the axle.
Friends who chip together, dip together.
Wow.
Mm.
See, I just think that
It's cracking
we can
me.
all be equal, and at times you share who is the third or not.
And you were talking about this. You can have a bicycle with 2 people, and you can have a third wheel weave its way in and out of the conversation.
It's true, because we were just having a conversation, and Bill, you were here, but you were eating something. So
Right.
we were still
So
kind
I
of facing
stepped
you,
back.
but we were really having the conversation.
But I was in the
ourselves.
zone mentally, and
But
I
he was
drove.
here, just not really engaged
Yeah,
at
right.
that time.
And then when he engaged, I became the third wheel because it was between them two, and I
Right.
just sat back and I played
Right.
my part. Sometimes you got to play your part.
That's
Play
right.
your position.
But how do you
No, you
know?
When
were you the
'Cause
third
Jake-
wheel?
Because
When
Jake,
were you the third wheel?
I'm always the third wheel.
You're never the
how
third
do
wheel.
you...
You are the center
What's
of
that?
everyone's universe.
What do you mean? You are the lead.
You've been working here full time longer than anybody.
I thought you were like the producer or director or something like
I'm
that.
the crew member. I lost my headset.
He's
Yeah,
on
you're
TV.
He's the one that's on TV.
He's on
You
TV.
can check him out on the
Look
comedy
at
block
this.
on Fox.
Look at this.
Were you
Last
surrounded
23,
by-
4 to 6,
You left
Monday
your
through
gig.
Friday. Modern Family, Big
Wow.
Bang Theory, and that goes.
Yeah, I love it when he plugs it. And Judge Judy.
Okay, but here's the thing. If Meredith and I went out to lunch and we invited one of Meredith's friends, I may be the third wheel because I don't know Meredith's
True.
friend yet.
But we invited that person, so if we were already going and then invited that person, technically they could be the third
They
wheel.
could be. But
Third
if you
wheel
already
talk.
know that person, I might be the third.
And this all goes back into Scott's point about rotation.
Well,
The third wheel / fifth wheel / whatever you want,
Whatever
it
it is.
rotates.
Honesty, when it comes to radio people and all the personalities, whenever I'm part of a conversation, I always feel like the last wheel. Because I'm like, it's just
Really?
so much
Stop
going on.
it.
I just
There is,
know.
and
It's
No.
so much.
That's why I
I'm
said-
just like,
It's like
I
a
love
beautiful music box
Yes.
with different springs and cogs turning.
Yes.
And like I said,
I'm a
sometimes a
cog.
ballerina will pop up and do a pirouette. Sometimes a monkey will jump out and clap its cymbals together.
No,
You never
like
know
you're
what you're going to
Jack
get
in
out of the
the Box
music
and you're
box
like-
of radio. Exactly.
Hey!
And it's great because we play music. That's what we do for a living.
yeah.
What an apt metaphor from
Wow.
a real artist. I'm pointing at art. It's art.
He calls his junk garbage.
It's art. It's an exhibit.
Oh.
And you don't even have to pay to get
it's
into
an
my gallery.
installation.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Please
See,
don't-
you're not the fifth
Don't
wheel, but not by
inspire,
any
please.
means.
Stop the
No,
Look, I've got
inspiration.
plenty of inspiration. I don't
Fell off
need
the top of
inspiration,
my-
okay?
I feel it.
Ugh.
Right. That-
What's up,
Flat
Andrea?
tire.
Guys, it's almost 12
Feeling
o'clock. Wrap
deflated.
it up.
Oh, yeah.
Have we been
Whoa.
going on with this
Yeah.
a little bit too
Wow.
long?
Damn.
Is our friendship offending you,
Wow.
Jay? I'm so sorry.
That's our
Damn.
Why don't you go
cue,
join the
Meredith.
salespeople and being butt mad?
Wow.
I'm sitting in for
Well,
John
Meredith,
Riley.
thank you. Christy,
Thanks for
thank you.
coming by.
you.
It's
Love
been a
your
pleasure.
Wow, what a
Boy,
great-
think of the
Sitting
cubicle
in for
show we
John
could
Riley.
have.
Wrap it up, guys.
Wow. Okay, so we may have a cubicle show or not tomorrow. It depends because there's an artist coming by, and we may have to do an interview, and that would take precedent over this Cubicle Show. Believe
But
it or
not over you in my heart, that's for sure.
Yep. But anyway, I'd much rather be doing this. Anyways, we'll be back at it possibly tomorrow, but if not, we'll be back at it on Monday. You catch the Cubicle Show Monday through Thursday on the Jams Facebook page at 10:30 Eastern Time.
Because that's, like art, the only time zone that matters.
Kill me. I guess this isn't sliding. We're going to try this again. No. All right, so Bill, talk while I try to reload this slide.
Okay. So what I've got here is this little ducky, and it looks like an
wait.
owl.
I
don't know where it came from.
You can't see him.
You can't see me, but what I do professionally is speak while you can't see me. So it's really
Oh, there we
just a
go.
matter- okay.
See ya.
Bye.
One. Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show! That's what I'm talking about, boy! Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. Yeah? Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. Yeah! Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. It's the Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. It's the Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. It's the Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show. Not a rectangle show. Not a triangle show. Not a pyramid show. It's a cubicle show. Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. Yeah? Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. Yeah! Cubicle Show. We're just gonna one. Boy!